Hello everybody and welcome. I'm gonna need some earrings for this. Like, this is just so much better. Okay. I feel like the clip-ons, they make the look work. There we go. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gitte Mary and today I have a different kind of video for you. I'm turning 20. No, I'm turning 30 in less than a week. And I am so flipping excited to go into this new part of my life. I'm just overall really excited and curious to see what this decade will bring me. So, in order to sort of celebrate going into my 30s, I thought, why not talk a little bit to myself, my 20-year-old self? Why not share some of the things that I've learned during the last decade that I wish I would have learned sooner. Had I known this stuff sooner, it would have been such a life hack. My life would have been so much easier, you have no idea. A couple of nights ago, I had some wine with some of my friends, and in my sort of wine haze, I wrote down some tips for myself. I thought that was the best time to do it, and I haven't really looked at them. So I thought, why not go through my notes with you and talk a little bit about what that means. Let's see if I know what it means. But before we get into that, I'd like to summarize my 20s with you guys. I almost got married. I also bought a house and sold said house again. I got my master's degree in English and culture. And actually my master thesis was about violence against women and pornography. And I think you can still find it online. I went to therapy for an eating disorder. Finally, got my legs covered in tattoos. And I published 3 books. I went to China alone, although not a successful experience. I'm still really proud that I went. And I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I lost weight and I gained weight. I began training Taekwondo and actually I won a silver medal at the Danish National Championships. I also tried celebrating Christmas in Thailand and I moved into the apartment of my dreams. I biked through the German mountains and I slept outside in a hammock. I saw Van Gogh, Munch, Picasso, Carlo and Rembrandt in real life. I went to festivals by myself. I also did a TEDx talk. I lost someone and I was in the hospital, but I was also on the news and I also went crowd surfing at an Ozzy Osbourne concert. The first thing that I wrote on this list, I know exactly what I meant by that, and it's that not everyone likes you and that's okay. I have spent years in my 20s trying to get people to like me that I didn't like. The whole idea that you just have to suck it up with some of your friends or some of the people in your friend group, even though you don't like them and they clearly don't like you, you don't have to be around people that you don't like, and you shouldn't spend energy trying to get people to like you. It's so incredibly freeing to accept that some people are just not your jam and you are not the jam of everyone. It's sort of a testimony to the fact that you are a unique and special individual, and that's never gonna be everybody's preference or everybody's taste in acquaintanceships and friendships. So I no longer spend time on trying to get people to like me if they don't like me. I would much rather focus on maintaining the friendships with the people that I do love. God damn, we're starting out strong. Oh yes. The people that criticize your efforts to be anything, but in my case to be sustainable, are most likely people that are doing even less so themselves. So both online and in real life, I have received so much weird criticism and backlash for doing things a certain way in order to lower my impact. And I often get people that criticize the weirdest things about that lifestyle of mine. And I used to really be annoyed and frustrated by that. I remember once someone told me that I can't be completely plastic free, you know, because my fridge has plastic in it. If people are just trying to poke holes in things that you enjoy and overall just are being like overly critical, it's most likely because that they themselves feel insufficient or not enough or insecure, and putting you down will make them feel more okay about themselves. When you do things differently, and it's any kind of differently, but when you do things differently, you sort of force people to reassess what they are doing, and that's really uncomfortable for a lot of people that are insecure. So also, I'm finding myself quite comfortable in this new age. I turned on my light and I didn't realize, no, we are not that old yet. In extension of what I said earlier, but people will try to project their own insecurities onto you. And this is not only with veganism or sustainability, this is with everything. And I have seen it and experienced it with body hair, beauty standards, weight preferences. It's with everything. If someone is really insecure about something, it's very likely that they will see all those insecurities in other people or treat people in a specific way because of those insecurities. But even if someone treats you in a fucked up way, it might very well have nothing to do with you. So when it comes to like people lashing out or suddenly becoming very angry with me or suddenly being super rude, I often just try to examine or think about why that is. Like, why do people react this way? It's very likely it has nothing to do with me, but I set or represent something that is missing in themselves. This has been so incredibly helpful to know. It means that I'm not spending energy reassessing myself, thinking about how I could please this person, because it has nothing to do with me. And no matter what I do, that person is going to have their own insecurities, and they cannot be nice or comfortable people before they reassess what's happening within them. And I have my own things that I project onto other people. So when I lash out or suddenly become very angry or rude or annoyed with someone, I have to do the same and think about, why did I react this way? What happened within me? Like, what do I have to work on or figure out? Because this has actually nothing to do with the person that just did this to me. Okay. So, realizing that other people have work to do has to go hand in hand with you realizing that you have work to do. And when you realize that, damn, your life is going to be so much easier. If you have friends that you hear are saying shit about you, confront them. If you have friends where the discourse or tone between you is uncomfortable for you, confront them about it. Talk about it. I had several instances within my 20s where I heard from other people that some people that I considered my friends were making fun of my YouTube career, or making fun of my way of looking, or making fun of the way that I spoke. So when I heard this, I took them aside and I said, hey, I heard that this happened. Are we not friends? I would just like to know. If we're not friends, great. I just thought that we were. If we are friends, you can't do this, because then I won't be friends with you. Be a straight shooter. I just wrote here, don't keep score. And I assume what I mean by that is when you're in a relationship or in a friendship, don't balance everything out that's happening. Both when it comes to, and that's just my own personal preference, but both when it comes to money or borrowing each other. Not if it's like big amounts, but if you're paying for drinks and they're paying for drinks and there's like a 2-cent difference, fuck that noise. Being very petty with things like this is going to ruin a lot of solid friendships. So relax when it comes to that sort of thing. But also the score can also be like wider thing. Gave you this kind of gift or this kind of gesture for your birthday. Why haven't you done the same to me? Why haven't you gone to similar lengths? Do things because you want to do them. And don't expect other people to do the same, because people are wired differently. People show affection in different ways. If you stop keeping score, everything is going to be so much simpler. So much simpler. Oh my goodness. Balancing your relationship with food is more important than a label. This is something that I learned recently, more recently. I had this twisted, controlling relationship with food, and I had so many rules for things I couldn't and couldn't eat. And being vegan on top of that added another layer of morality to some of my food. Now, I still consider myself vegan. Some people don't now. Some people do, some people don't. I don't really care what you think that I am. I have had too many discussions with people in my comment section that say, oh, because you wear leather shoes and you had mayo that one time where you didn't have any other option, you're no longer vegan. I don't care. I just simply don't care. To me, it's more important that I have a balanced relationship with food where I feel calm. The label is a great way of communicating my diet to other people and my lifestyle, my way of thinking to other people, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you feel comfortable and happy. You can do that on a plant-based diet and in a vegan lifestyle, absolutely. But that label is never more important than anything else. Most people aren't 100% perfect anyway. Most people, at best, 89% perfect. And that's amazing. That's still really cool, but maybe I'm 90% perfect. I don't know. I don't keep score, again. And I also don't care about the label. It's a communicative tool for me. And yes, if I heard myself say that when I was a new vegan, I would have also called me an idiot. But that's because I felt this injustice in my fingertips, in my toes, in my entire being, and I still do. But you cannot always be 100% in those emotions, because you're gonna burn out. Young G, you're gonna burn out. That's what's gonna happen. Finding a way of being within this movement in a balanced way means that you now can do it for the rest of your life. Appreciate your body. It's amazing. When I look at myself 10 years ago, when I was 20, I had insecurities about my body. I thought that it was hideous from specific angles. I thought there was certain clothes that I couldn't wear because I would look bulky or fat, or I just had all these things that to me was very negative. And when I look at myself 10 years ago, none of those things were true. Now, because I know that that's what I'm thinking 10 years from now, the chances are I'm going to be thinking the same things about 30-year-old me when I'm 40. So appreciate where you are, wear what you want, be comfortable and happy and fabulous, because you look amazing and you're doing amazingly. Accept that losing friends is a part of life. It doesn't have to be dramatic or like a big friendship breakup where people are yelling at each other, but people are gonna come in and out of your life. And you have those ride or die friends, but even my two best friends in the whole world, I had years where we didn't speak because we were not friends. And we came back from that. And that was amazing. I also have friends that just sort of, where it fizzled out. Anyway, it's completely okay and normal. It doesn't make you undesirable or like a bad person, but just, it's a part of life. It's okay. You can accept it and move on, but you can also try to reconnect if you want, but it's up to you. Nothing is just gonna magically happen. Let nobody own you with their words. If you can become triggered, sad, frustrated, angry, if a person says a word, a simple word or like a phrase, or if people know what buttons to push to get a certain reaction out of you, they own you. They own your mood, they own your emotions, they own what you're feeling for the rest of the day. Don't let anybody own you. Examples of this, if someone comments bacon though on my vegan recipes, at best, I'm just very sorry for you that you didn't come up with a more elaborate joke. Vocalize your needs and feelings. Don't wait for people to guess what you need. And even if it feels rude, I have often felt very uncomfortable expressing that I want this from you, I expect that, I demand this kind of behavior. It's easily to misunderstand this as me being an absolute diva, but I think we're very good at telling young women to be nice and subtle and to be kind and calm. And we're not very good at telling women that it's okay to be assertive if you are experiencing people that treat you badly. It's okay to expect more, demand more, and leave if you're not getting the treatment and behavior from them that you deserve. You're just not gonna get what you deserve if you don't speak up for yourself. Don't rush because you're in a race against no one. It's very easy to get caught in the idea that we need to do certain things by a certain age, be at a certain place in life, but not every life is for everybody. And you don't need to push yourself into boxes you don't belong in. I almost got married, which would have been a huge mistake. I also bought a house with someone I still consider one of my closest friends, but it was just not right. And I have tried many times to fit myself into boxes because these are the things that people do. Of course, I should also do them. And I didn't respect my own boundaries or who I am as a person. It might change in the future. I'm not saying that I'm never going to move in with someone again and never buy a house again. I might very well, but don't rush it. You don't need to do anything by any age ever. Another thing that I think is really important that I also put on this list is maintaining hobbies. Maintain your hobbies. Do things that are not working out and not working and not seeing your friends. Find something else to do. It can be a craft or certain types of sports, types of exercise, but just going to the gym might not count. In my opinion, it does not. Tell me if I'm wrong. Making sure that you have a variety of things to offer, that your personality isn't just one thing that you do. Seeking out information about various different fields and just learning different things makes you a more interesting person. It also makes you a happier person because it gives you perspectives from different angles, and it's just gonna make it so much easier to navigate a lot of situations later in life. So maintain your hobbies. I've already touched on this a little bit, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it again. But don't wait around for things to happen. Do them. Don't sit around and talk with friends about, oh, we should get together sometime. Set a date. Don't wait around for people to ask certain things of you or reach out to you. Reach out to them. Being the one that takes initiatives means that you have control of the situation. You have control of your own happiness. And if you want to have a more interesting life, you are 100% responsible for making sure it happens. And that means not waiting around for things to happen around you, but just doing them instead. It sounds easy and simple. It can be more complex than that. And it sort of prevents you from sitting on your couch and going, I wish someone would. What? Why? No, next point on the list is be vulnerable. Being vulnerable is a good thing. It's positive. It also opens up the possibility of you getting hurt, and that fucking sucks. But it's also the door to making you the happiest you have ever been. Being vulnerable means being honest about what you're feeling. If you're feeling something about someone, it means sharing insecurities with friends, which loads them off of your shoulders. And it's a double-edged sword. It can be the most uncomfortable thing, but damn it, it also opens up opportunities. In the process of maintaining friendships, family relations, and relationships, the most important relationship that you have to maintain is the one with yourself. Make sure that you thrive and feel okay and calm and perfectly content by yourself. Then having people around is always just a bonus. I love having people around. I'm extremely extroverted. I love having people in my house. I love going out. I love being social. But maintaining the relationship with yourself means that you can be alone with your own thoughts. And if you can't do that, you're basically always hiding in groups of people. It means that it's always uncomfortable going to bed by yourself, waking up by yourself, and it shouldn't be that way. Maintaining the relationship with yourself and fixing the things that makes that difficult is more important than any friendship, relationship, or family relation you have. Next thing on the list is simply just go to therapy. But I have been to therapy during these 10 years for 2 different reasons. I went because I was going through a massive shift within myself, and it was both business and stress related. It was also related to my relationship and the commitment I had made to another person and to a mortgage. And then I went to therapy for an eating disorder. Both of those times it was extremely necessary, and I need to remember that therapy is such an important tool. Some people are going to therapy because other people are not going to therapy. Anyway, go to therapy. Romanticize your everyday life. Don't wait around for the weekend or holidays or vacations to enjoy your best life. Remember that, am I zoomed in? Make sure that you're doing things every day that makes your life amazing. And it doesn't have to be big, grand things. We can also reassess what luxury and a good life even means. Let's do that in another episode. But making sure that you're doing things every day that you're looking forward to. Things that excite you and elevate your spirit. Instead of waiting around for that to happen later. We have more everyday work day type of days than we have holidays, vacations, or weekends. Make sure that the majority of our days are amazing. And once again, we are 100% in control of that. The next thing I put on my list is get more sleep, please. If I had known earlier that a better sleeping schedule would make life easier for me, god damn it, you guys would not have had a chance. I go to bed too late and I love waking up too early, which means not enough hours. I also had a long period of time where I was scared to be alone with my thoughts, by the way, where I would always put a show on my laptop and watch that to fall asleep to that. Then I would have to wake up in the middle of the night to turn it off, which means that you get interrupted sleep, which is no fun, which is not great for your productivity, for your mental health, for your, for how your body regenerates during the night. You do not get that deep sleep if you have to wake up to turn off a show. Make sure that you get enough hours of sleep and that you can be alone with your thoughts, so you can also close your eyes with ease and calm. And do not watch something while you fall asleep. It's a bad idea. It's like peeing your pants in cold weather. Feels nice for a second, but it's gonna come back to haunt you. Anyway, moving on. First of all, I think I have more than 20 things on this list. I think this is 21 or 22. Anyway, this one, it cracks me up. I just wrote, learn how taxes work and be better at math. I'm synesthetic, which means that I see some numbers in color, and it's overall really confusing. Math has always been quite confusing. I would love to have been better at it, but we need to go way back before my 20s for that to happen. 20-year-old me, you're going to become an independent business owner. Learn how taxes work now, so you don't have to learn everything in a week. Just make sure you understand taxes. It's gonna make your life so much easier, especially if you want a business, But anyway, always a good idea to know math. It's never going to be useless. And the last thing, which I really love, is speak kindly to yourself. We are overly critical. Young women see other women in music and movies and series and shows and TV and Hollywood, all this stuff. We see other women bash themselves constantly, You remember that scene from Mean Girls where all the plastics line up in front of a mirror and criticize their own looks? Yeah, this happens all the time. We learn to speak to ourselves in such a negative way. And you would never talk to your friends like this. You would never tell your best friend, like, oh my god, you look like a whale in that skirt. You would never tell her that. If you would, reassess yourself. That's insane. But speak kindly to yourself. Even if you feel insecure in something, even if you have insecurities, make sure that you are talking to yourself with kindness. It's gonna do wonders for your mental health, for your self-esteem, for the way you see yourself. If you speak kindly to yourself, you're also much more likely to not accept when other people are not speaking kindly to you or about you. Like, don't compare yourself to anything online, please, ever. Don't compare yourself to anyone in real life either, because you're different people. You're different people that look different and have different things that are great and funny and interesting and amazing about you. And don't ever reduce yourself to an image of what you look like, because you are so fucking amazing. Tell yourself that. When was the last time you told yourself that you fucking rocked? Because you do. And I am so proud of everything I've achieved in these last 10 years. I'm baffled that I have been able to do this. I have often had people in my life tell me that I'm so lucky that I am able to do this, but I don't think luck has anything to do with it. I'm incredibly proud of myself. You should be proud of yourself too. And if there's anything you want, fucking go for it. Anyway, these are the things that I learned in my 20s, and these are lessons I'm going to continue to bring into this new era in my life. Let me know down below how old you are when you're watching this, and whether or not you're a birthday person, and what a perfect birthday would look to you. I would love to know, because I need inspiration. I don't know what I'm supposed to do on my birthday. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Take really good care of yourselves until then, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green, zero-waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!